So this is the DJI Mic 2. So I didn't buy the Mic 3 because frankly, to be honest, I didn't think it was worth it for someone new like me who's starting up. So I thought the Mic 2 should do the job, and it does. It's actually a great bit of kit. So as you can see, it comes with this little box here. It's like a battery case. If you open it up, you'll see your receiver, and well, you should have two mics, but I've obviously got the other one on me right now. And if you look in the bag here, you'll get these little, I don't know what you call them, like wind buffers. So they stick on top of this little port here. They kind of pop in and pop back off again. The back of these mics are, it's hard to get off, there we go. So they're actually magnetized. So if you stick that there, you can kind of stick this onto any metal surface, and it actually holds pretty well. So I actually put one on the back of my swing arm on my Trident, and I was riding down the freeway at 100, and you know, it wasn't budging, wasn't moving. So it managed to stay on the swing arm pretty well, which I thought was actually quite handy. But if you don't like the magnet, you can still use the clip. So, I mean, I've got it clipped on my shirt right now because obviously the magnet's not going to work. Very easy to set up. All you really do is once you turn the device on, I'm going to turn it off now because when you pull it out, it turns it on. So once you turn the device on, it'll vibrate and then it'll come up this little green light up here. So to pair it to your DJI, all you do is you hold this red button here and it should flash blue like that. So what you do after it's turned blue is you hold this link button down and it will double flash like this, and then it will connect to your DJI, you know, Action 3, 4, 5, whatever you have. I'll just deconnect it now because it might try and connect to this one. You don't need that. So yes, then you've got your receiver. So this thing is actually handy if you want to connect it to your mobile device because you have a USB-C cable here. Sorry if it's not focusing on them because obviously this is an action camera. It's not really a filming close range camera, but this little USB slot, you can slip it in through this way, like so. And then you plug that into your Android. And if you have an iPhone, you can use this one. You can plug that into your iPhone. And then all that does is that syncs up through your mobile device. So if you know you only have your phone as a recording device, you can still at least have some decent quality sound coming out of it. I'll chuck that back on there like that. But I haven't had to use that yet because I mostly record with the DJI. And once you have it set up, basically once you pull that mic out and you have this camera on, it just syncs up automatically and it connects automatically. You don't have to go through, you know, trying to connect it through the linkage all the time. It should just do it automatically. And then obviously the case will recharge it. Now this case is actually, it's very good quality, very good build. You know, clicks in nicely, doesn't rattle. I was actually quite impressed, and the case it comes in is actually very nice too. You know, you've got all your little slots for your windbreakers, and then this will just slot back in there like that. She'll zip right up, ready to go wherever you want. So that's a little setup of the mic. So what I'll do is I'll show you my helmet and I'll show you the mount that I'm using, and we'll mount this microphone to the inside of the helmet and I'll show you guys where I have it. All right, so for my helmet mount, a lot of people get the adhesives and the stick-ons, or they'll get some aftermarket ones. And I thought, oh, you know what? I might just get the actual DJI one. You know, it's not the prettiest looking, but it must be okay if they're selling it. So I bought it. It wasn't that expensive. I think they were like $30. I'll put the link in the description below. But it seems to do the job because basically you strap over. So your strap will go through your Velcro and you just pretty much strap it up on the other side there. Now I thought my nose or face would hit against these, but it doesn't. And it's actually very sturdy. It hasn't come loose. You know, it doesn't look too bad. It's a little bulky, but it's manageable. So with the mic, let me just try and set up this camera here. Alrighty, so with this mic, I found that one of these straps here, all I did was clip it in like that. And obviously your windbreaker, your windbreaker kind of sits out, puffs out here a little bit. And you know what, it rubs on your lips a little bit, but not enough to notice, especially when you're riding. Yeah, I'll try to get a bit of a close up there. But it does the job, because if wind noise is doing your absolute head in, and it seems to be a common issue with a lot of rider vlogs and people doing reviews and whatnot, it's good to find an easier fix. I thought I was actually going to have a lot more trouble with mounting this camera and mounting this microphone. I thought I was going to have to do a lot of experimenting, but so far, first try, seems to work fine. So we'll just try that back in there. Now, with the camera, when you mount it, I'm sorry I can't show you because I'm actually using the camera and I don't have two. A lot of people, depending on the bike they ride, if you're on a super sport, your head is kind of facing down like this a lot more. So they have to have a lot more lean on the camera. It kind of has to be, say this is the camera, it kind of has to be sitting like this, so they can, by the time they tilt, they can still be looking straight and not looking down at the actual bike. So I ride a naked bike, so luckily when I mount the camera, if I push it all the way back, it seems to be the perfect angle for the cameras and for the shots. I can still see the road, the viewers can see what's going on. It's not just staring at my petrol tank. But I'm saying, if you're riding a super sport or you're kind of leant over a lot more than usual, or maybe that's just the way your posture is, you might want to look at getting another little external link that can help bring the camera out a bit more, so then you can kind of tilt it back a little bit. But other than that, that's pretty much the setup. It's not much, but it does the job. It's great for first starters like me who are new to YouTube. We're still getting the ropes of stuff. I'm still learning how to talk to the camera. But if you guys found this video helpful at all, please let me know. And let me know if there's anything else I can help you guys do to the bike or see next, or, attach anything that can help you guys with some footage or whatnot. So in other words, guys, have a great day and I'll see you in the next video.